Hey there, welcome to my game audio demo reel. In this video, I'll walk you through the sound design and Wwise implementation for Scanray, a sci-fi horror puzzle game set in a cave. All the audio you'll hear was crafted using tools like EMF and contact microphones, a mono shotgun microphone, Zoom Head 6 recorder, freesound.org, sound effects libraries, Soundly, SoundMiner, and finally Reaper. Now let's break down the process step by step. First, to keep everything organized, I profiled the game and created a detailed sound asset list. This project had around 25 events and 200 individual audio files. With the list, I categorized all the sounds that needed to be recorded or sourced from libraries and tracked their variation, formats, recording, and implementation status. Pre-planning the game event and asset organization helped streamline the workflow. For the music, the idea was to trigger specific tracks depending on which room the player enters by linking music switch containers in Wwise to trigger boxes in Unreal. Here's how it worked. Music playlist containers held loopable segments with each tied to a state in the state group. When the player overlapped a trigger box, Unreal sent a game call to Wwise to initiate the relevant music event. Ambience beds were implemented similarly, but actor mixer hierarchy and switches were used instead of music hierarchy and states. I wanted footsteps to match the surface the player was walking on. Here's what I did. Switches were assigned based on game's physical surfaces such as rock and wood. Each material type had its random container with variations in pitch and volume. To add depth, I layered footsteps with cloth and duffel bag movement sounds. The scanner and UI sounds were recorded using EMF on contact microphones on a document scanner and printer. To create variation, I assigned these samples to random containers. For the player dead sound, I layered effects like blood squish, flesh impacts, synthesized rock movements, and whooshes. Furthermore, I used the Doppler effect to create movement, transient shaper to beef up the impact, and LKC variator to create quick variations by randomizing various parameters. Well, here's the final output. Cave doors were made by recording stone movements in close proximity and later applying effects like EQ, distortion, and reverb. 3D spatialization and attenuation were applied to ambient elements like bats, falling rocks, creaking bridges, and dripping water to make the environment feel alive. Share sets were created for frequently used attenuation settings, ensuring consistent volume, EQ, and reverb effects based on distance. I set up an auxiliary bus for reverb effects. Using auxiliary synths, sounds like footsteps, ambient swirlers, and the scanner were sent to this reverb bus, creating a cohesive and immersive cave atmosphere. Finalizing the mix involved a soundcaster session. This allowed me to test and tweak sounds in real time, ensuring everything was well balanced and fit seamlessly within the game. To enhance player control, I created events like pause all and resume all. These paused all sounds except the music, which continued playing regardless of the game status. And that's a wrap. Thanks for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it.